Good morning. So back in the Lake District, this is route number 16 on my Wainwright challenge. I'm intending to climb 7 Wainwrights today, 11-mile walk approximately. Middle Dod, Red Scree, Low Pike, High Pike, Dove Crag, Little Heart Crag and High Hartsop Dod. So I'm parked on the Kirkston Pass Road near Skyside Caravan and Camping and the pub near Brothers Water. So with no further ado, let's hit Cumbria. So we followed the path up the valley through the campsite, followed the stream. We got to this dry stone wall here, on the top of the first Wainwrights, up there. So it's going to be pathless for a bit, and a little bit higher up there's some sheep trods that we're going to pick up, get to the top of the first. So it's quite steep, still pathless, but I can see on the left hand side of that dry stone wall there's a sheep trod to go up, and there's one more distinct higher up. So that's the very steep section out of the way. I have to say it was a real slog, but that's the first view of the summit over there. Beautiful day, although the wind's very cold. So this is the cairn at Middle Dod. Now if you follow the ridge line beyond and round, that's the second Wainwright at the top over there, Red Scree. This is Middle Dod. Wow, this is the top of Red Scree. Windermere over there in the background. Little town. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. You can see Brothers Water down there where we started from. So I'm following this path down off the top. It's quite a good path, follows this dry stone wall, dropping down into this valley bottom. Very cold today, I have to say. So I'm at the Cull at Scandale Pass. Now what a shame, all the clouds come in quite quickly. So the plan is now to walk down Scandale Fell, down this path, then hang a right and we'll go up Low Pike and then High Pike and then Dove Crag. So that's the plan. Hopefully the cloud will disappear as fast as it arrived. So I'm in Scandale Bottom, very boggy. I've changed my mind on my route because of the bog, so I'm sticking to this drier path along that green lane, and eventually I'll come to a bridge. I'll climb up the crags, and Low Pike is just up there, just peeping out the clouds. So change of route. It's a very pretty green lane. Shame the clouds in now. So I've dropped down down the valley and I've got to High Sweden Bridge. It's where I cross the river, and I'll start making my next ascent, Low Pike. So it just steepens up towards the top of Low Pike. You can see there's an ever so mild scramble ahead. Not sure if you can see Stanley up there looking down. He's a mountain dog, he does like climbing. So here we are at the top of Low Pike, along the side of this dry stone wall, which we're going to continue and follow up to High Pike. Not far from the top of High Pike. Been pretty steep in places, this one. Very rocky again, as you'd expect, with it being called Pike. Not far to go. So I've just nipped through the gate in the wall to reach the summit of High Pike. Unfortunately, there's not a lot to see. Wrapped in cloud. This is High Pike. Going back through the gate, I'm going to follow the wall. So, this is the top of Dove Crag. This is the high point of the day at 792 metres. Fortunately, not a lot to see. Heading off the top of Dove Crag is pathless. We're heading in a southeasterly direction. I'm going to pick up another wall, and the path should follow the wall. So the wall I was looking for is actually a fence, or fence posts. So I'm following this line of fence posts now. This should take me to the next Wainwright. So we had a little incline at the end towards the summit. Little Heart Crag. This is the summit. So we're still heading north along this grassy ridge. It's kind of at the shoulder of the ridge, really. Quite a wide grassy one. So there it is. That's High Hartsop Dod. That lovely mound you can see ahead. I'm expecting to drop out the cloud and hopefully get a view of Brothers Water once we get over here. So this is it. This is High Hartsop Dod. Looking down now, still no views. So you can just about make out Brothers Water coming out of the gloom. It's fiercely steep, this descent. But not far to go now, to the end of the walk. Just to looking back up at Hartsop Dod, just to give you an idea of how steep it was. Very, very steep. So we're looking down now over Brothers Water, and that's where I'm parked over there on the road to Kirkstone Pass. Look at these big boulders that have been deposited in this valley bottom. Stunning, isn't it? Hi, welcome to Route 16 of my Wainwright challenge. Today's Thursday the 11th of November, and I parked at the lay-by just beyond the inn at Brothers Water. Fabulous day, very strenuous day, but fabulous day. Say strenuous, I mean it pretty much starts from the off. The climb up to Middle Dod was relentless. It was extremely steep, it was pathless. I did pick up a sheep trod, which took us pretty much to the top of Middle Dod, which is kind of a mid-summit, if you like, on the way up to Red Scree, but all the hard work had been done by the time you get to Middle Dod. Then the second part of the climb up to Red Scree is comparatively easy compared to what you've just done. Some great views at the top of Red Scree, Windermere. You can look back over Brothers Water, and indeed what you've got to come over the rest of the day. From there I dropped down to the Col at Scandale Pass. This is where the weather came in. Now the intention here was to drop down Scandale Fell to the bottom and then cut across at the sheep folds and head up to Low Pike. I was even considering cutting across country to try and get up to the Pike. But when I got there to the bottom of Scandale Bottom, it was so boggy. So it took all my plans away really, and I felt like the only option I really had because of the bog was to follow the green lane, which I did, and I followed the green lane all the way down to High Sweden Bridge. At which point there's quite a clear path which takes you back over the water and climbs up through Brock Crags, and eventually it takes you to Low and High Pike. Now both Low and High Pike have got small scrambling sections to contend with. Nothing too difficult, but obviously steep enough for a scramble. So it's quite fun actually. A lot of fun. Following on from this, you're following the same dry stone wall pretty much all the way across, right the way over to the top of Dove Crag. But once you get past High Pike, the gradient eases and the path becomes very, very grassy. So it's quite a pleasant gradient actually up to Dove Crag. Despite it being the high point of the day, there's nothing too difficult there. I dropped off Dove Crag and I made a southeasterly direction, so I cut across the moor, looking for a wall. Now, as it happened, what I thought was a wall marked on the map turned out to be a line of fence posts, which were absolutely brilliant because the fence posts pretty much took me all the way down to Little Hart Crag. Or I'm sent to the crag, just pretty much to it. And then you've got to turn north away from the fence posts, and you've got a small climb to contend with. Nothing too difficult again, up to Hart Crag. Now, once you're at Hart Crag, there is a very faint path not shown on the map, and again it continues north all the way to High Hartsock Dodd. Now, once you're at the Dodd, the very, very steep descent starts, which is pretty much the same gradient as the ascent that you had earlier in the morning up to Middle Dodd. So it's equally steep, but you're just going down this time. Very, very, very steep descent. It was a strenuous day. There's 4,417 feet of climbing, 12.5 miles, and it took me 6.5 hours. Thoroughly enjoyed being back in Cumbria.